welcome to Valhalla Streaming. Our next episode is about contracts and how to use them to your advantage, both as a player and a corporation. Our first step will be looking at how to set up a simple buy and sell contract for all those new Vikings. And the second one will be looking at how individuals within a corporation can set up a contract. And then we'll be looking at alliance-wide contracts. I enjoyed making the video. I hope you enjoy it. Fly together, fly dangerously. Here we are about to do our sale contract. Simple contract directed at one individual. We click on our contract menu. We create a contract. We move to private. You want to search. Now, searching for a person, you want to hit the contacts button, enter the person that you want. If you've been doing this a while, you get a bunch of people that you've already been doing contracts to. So I've collected one before because I'm doing an actual contract for a required element of our corporation. Then we hit next. Select the station that you want to select it at. Select the item, which is just ship for me. Click next. I want to do 3 days because sometimes it takes longer than 24 hours for a person to collect that contract. You got to understand, Eve is a 24/7 game, and we have people across different time zones, so don't expect it in a day. Use the week, use the 2-week element if you know the person is not a daily gamer. Remember, we're not Eve Online here, we are Eve Echoes on a phone, so you do have to accommodate a bit of casual play. So 3 days is the minimum I do. Most of the time I do a week. And this is when you click in I receive. If in this element, I would just put 1 ISK because I'm donating this, but you'd put in the worth that you've both agreed to in your conversation. And this is important because you have to agree before you send it out. And then you click next. It gives you a summary of the contract, gives you an identification. Yes, that did have a lot of stuff in it. Specifically, you can go back from there, you press X and it goes back to this screen. You can put in the description, donation for event, which is what it is. Just to give them a bit more clarification, because the particular person could have a lot of contracts coming in, so they need to know what it's for. Descriptions are great, as well as just reviewing. Yes, I'm receiving 1 ISK, and the person will understand why I've got 1 ISK there. Normally it's free, but in this case, I'm just going to cancel that, get rid of that 0 and make it 0. Now, the audit time, in this case, it's 2 hours. If you do have a normal ISK value versus tradable value, it will go through without an audit time. However, if you are donating it to the person or giving it to the person, there will be an audit time. Plan for that. Use that to your advantage. Get in early. Set up your contracts. And then we hit create. It gives you a warning. Yes, this is a gift quota deduction based on the level and etc. You get so many gifts. But because I'm now level 10, that doesn't really bother me. I just keep doing that, and then it sits there until it is accepted. That is how to set up a sale contract. Now we'll move over to setting up a buy contract. It's very similar, but this way we go create. We're going to hit search. So hit the search again. This time I'm buying some ore from our Valhalla's ore sales toon. That's what we call it. This is the toon that buys and sells. And then we click the station that we want it in. And then we go back. Now, this is where it's important. You go to next. So we can set up the I'll pay. We scroll up and here is what you're looking for, add item. So add item, so you can add any item to this list if you can search it. And this is the searching This is a bit of a searching guide. You can only search for what you need. If it's a Mark 9 or a special item, forget about it. Write in Canon, search, and up will come all your different types of Canon. So you add the item. You've got Canon going up and down. You can select which Canon you want, and you can go through the whole lot. Now that's got all the things. So I suggest when you're searching for this type of thing, use the name, not the particular type. It works for all your materials, minerals. Search for the actual name and it will bring it back to you. And then you confirm the quantity. You click what you want. So in this case, I want Mark 7 and I want 10. Okay. And you want 10 of them. Now this is applicable to minerals. So if you want 100,000 titanium, it's the same thing. You don't have to be very specific across it. You just select each item that you want to add. So we go confirm 10 items of that. So we have our items. You can add as many items as you want. You go up here and you say, I'll pay 10,000 is for total. So you got to remember what you put in here is total, not per item, total. So if you've got 20 items that you've added, and you need to have an agreement on what that total is. Time, description, and then you click next, and then it gives you a summary of that. So this is what you'd see on a buy. I'll pay. You got to remember that I'll pay that amount for 10 of those to come into me at the location specified. In terms of location, click create. Yes, it's a gift. Understand that. So while we do that, that is a simple sell and a simple buy contract. If you want to delete a contract, you go, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. It's pretty easy to delete it. You go, I'm just going to delete the last one I created, which is the Canon one. Oh shit, I wasn't meant to do that. Delete. But you got to remember, you don't get your deposit back. You don't get that. So just remember, try and get it right the first time. I got the balance. You get your deposit back, but you don't get the tax. So don't go deleting too many, especially if you're talking about hundreds of millions and billions worth of contracts. You will fill that type of contract. Overall, that's the basics of the sale, the buy, and deleting the basic contracts. Now we are going to talk about the corporate contracts. First of all, we're going to demonstrate setting up a contract, jumping into our contracts. And this is setting up a contract for individuals of the to sell to a corporate, so only the people inside the corporation will be able to see. We're setting it up from an individual to a corporation. Click on the corporation, next, collect the station, select the item. We're just going to throw one of them out. 3 days, say test. Okay. Then we click next, and this is what it's going to say. Cardinal to corporation. So that means anyone in the corporation can accept this contract. So I could put actual price there and whatnot. So we click create, and now that will be in the corporation. When you search for a contract, you change your filter to current region, public private. You change your filter to corporation, confirm, and there it is. There's your contract. You can click on it, and in our case we're just going to delete it because that was just a test. So did that delete? Yep, contract no longer exists. Get out of that, jump back into contracts. Now we're going to set up a contract on behalf of the corporation for a corporation. So this is allowing individuals that have permissions. So setting up a contract based on corporation, you need to make sure you have permissions. And the two very important permissions here that you need to have. One is finance management. You can pay debts, withdraw risk, and set taxes and wallets and da 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 da. The other is industrial. Where is it? It is actually transactions. Create and accept contracts on behalf of the corporation. Wallet payment permission and corporate hangover permissions required. So what that means is that you need to have the hangover permission and the wallet permission. My role here does allow me to do both. So if you don't have those 3 set permissions, you will not be able to create corporation contracts. So let's go and demonstrate what a corporation contract actually is. Click on that, click on the contracts, create contracts. So it's a corporation, it's for the corporation on behalf of the corporation. Click next, and this is where this changes out. You can actually check stations. So if you've got multiple stations within the actual corporation, you can actually check which one. Now this is important. I'm just going to demonstrate this here. Anything that is unpackaged, like this Vexen activity, that actually has items in it, you will not be able to use. You can only do packaged items like this musket musket small rifle. I'm just going to use this, click on text, next. You can put your amount there as I'll receive or the person will pay. Very similar thing in terms of setting up a contract. You click next, summary will come up. Now I'm just going to go back just to demonstrate what actually happens when you click on a packaged item. Next, you'll go, oh, this item is not for you to take. All that actually is there's items there and it's not packaged. Go try and set it up properly. Click on next, click next. Contract can start up and click create, confirm. All right, now accepting a contract. So we'll just do a quick check on the contracts. I don't want to click on that, just waiting for that to disappear. Thank you. Yeah. So search contracts. I want to all by corporation, confirm. Selling musket rifle. See, there it is. Click on that. Because I've set it up, you can't accept it, but other people can. Okay, but I'm just going to delete that there. Confirm. All right, so it's just deleted. I'll put that back into the. I'll put that back into the hanger later. So we go my contracts. Now I've set up a few before, and here test. Click this one. So this is someone sending me a contract, but oh hey, if I don't have 200 ISK, and for these items, I go, oh damn, but I'm actually a person that's on behalf of the corporation. I click this little box on here, on behalf of the corporation. Once I click on that and click accept, contracts instrument, it's going to accept, and what will happen, it will bounce through your Toon items and then hit the corporation wallet after that. So you have to have available funds for anything you accept, and then it will bounce straight into the corporation wallet. And that is, I'll just do this as well, as again, accepting on behalf of corporation, accept, confirm, and issue this one here, accept, confirm, yeah, down. Each of the items get 4-hour wallet, that's fine with me. And then we go into our items. Here we go. And they should all be sitting here. So when you accept on behalf of the corporation, they should be in your corp delivery and just sitting there waiting to, once that's happened, you've accepted all your corporation contracts and the money's come out of the corporation gone there and it's bypassed your inventory. Now you can actually set it up so that someone can accept contracts but they don't have permission to actually take it out of the court delivery. So you can say, okay, you can accept contracts on my behalf, but it's going to lock into here, and I'll only be able to move it into the right hanger from there. So there are some safety precautions you can put in play. However, in our context, the people who can accept the contracts are also the people that can move it, and you just move it into the correct hanger that you want those items in. So that is corporation contracts, both accepting and setting up. And we'll move over to alliance ones. Alrighty, so now we're talking about alliance level contracts. So these are contracts for items at alliance level. Now you can do it from yourself to an alliance, or you can do it from a corporation to an alliance, or you can actually accept buy orders or sell orders from the alliance. It's very similar to what we did with the corporation. Create contract. We're going to create an individual to an alliance to start with. Create contract, private, so alliance, not on behalf of the thing. So next, select station. And I'm just going to use my Mark 9. 3 days, test, type in a description. Next. So this is from Cardinal to our alliance. Create, confirm. So we jump out of this, get back in contracts, search for a contract, change our filter we scroll back down from corporation to alliance, confirm, and there's 2 tests. I set up one earlier. Now, that is the one I created. We go, okay, well, I'm just going to delete that because that's what I created earlier. But if we were to accept one, so we've just to go through that again, filter, alliance, confirm. This one here I set up earlier from a different tune. It's see how I can accept it now. Now you can do 2 things here. You can actually accept an alliance contract on behalf of the corporation if you have the permissions, as we were talking about before. However, as an individual, you can just also accept them. You remember, I'll receive, I'll pay. Though this here is critical when dealing with contracts in public contracts, alliance contracts, corporation contracts. Check what you're getting time and time again. Just triple check if you have to. It's better to triple check than to get burnt, which many contracts are out there, just shams. Accept, confirm, gift contract, and now they've gone. So I'll just go back through that again, but this time I'm going to create one from the corporation. So we're going to go alliance on behalf of the corporation. So then we go, select your station, select your hanger, and you pick a module. We'll do that Mark 5 railgun again. Next, 3 days, test, and create. That is how, and then you do your I'll receive, I'll pay. Now, and then you click create, confirm. And we go back to search contracts, filter, just go corporation, there shouldn't be any there, and change that back to alliance. Visit too fast, wait 5 seconds. Confirm, and there it is. We can click on that, but because we created it, we can also delete it. Even though, see how it's got on behalf of the corporation by me to our alliance. And this is very good for forward bases or anything like that. If you're setting up environments where you want people to be able to get a hold of their goods, if you don't want a communal hanger, this is the type of contracts that you want to be doing with different different corporations throughout the alliance that you're in. So I'm just going to delete that. And that brings us to the end to the alliance contracts. Very easy, very similar. Essentially, it's a public contract, but captured for your alliance. It's not your alliance's friends. It's not your alliance. Diplo does not come into that. It is just your alliance. So if you've only got 20 corporations in your alliance, they're the only 20 corporations that are going to be able to see that. Still very effective, still very good tool, but until alliances have unlimited number of corporations allowed in them and stuff like that, you're not going to, big coalitions aren't going to be able to have cross-pollination in regards to that. And that brings us to the end of the 3 stages of contracts.